Well, I hope all of you had a wonderful weekend and Easter holiday or Passover or just plain old spring break. And I had been celebrating Tanat and Malbec all week. I still have yet to get my hands on a really good Malbec. I know there are plenty of them out there, and I'm seeking to filter my search for a really good Malbec so that I can speak more intelligently on specific types. I do have a niche, and in case you were wondering, I'm not just talking about any kind of generic wine. I have always been into natural wine, biodynamic, organic, but natural being in the middle. And if you hadn't had a chance to catch my previous video on the differences between the natural, organic, and biodynamic, go ahead and check those out. I'll have a link for that. But because we've been concentrating on Malbec during this week, and now going into last week and now going into this week, I wanted to kind of go a deeper dive. Malbec, the grape, it's rich in history. It really is. And so taking this deeper dive means that we're looking at not just France, not just Argentina, but I want to look at some of the Malbecs that are produced in the US. So not just grapes that are brought in from Argentina. So I really want to make that distinction. So my niche is that, number one, I want to find wine that's produced in the US, and number two, wine produced in the US that is naturally made, the lowest intervention possible. Because I mean, let's think about it. Mass produced is going to have a lot of additives. And in my journey, I've noticed that if I have wine that's mass produced that tastes the same year after year, where, naturally vintages are going to be different, even slightly, because of the weather, because of the times that they're picked, the grapes, that is, the times that they're grown, whether it's facing the sun or the shade, or the type of soil and the type of rock that's up against those roots. There's so much that can really affect the flavors and the smells and the aromas. So yeah, it's not always going to be the same year after year. So when a type of wine is mass produced, I myself get a little nervous. Now, that's just my take. Now, the reason why I do get a little nervous is because I do tend to have wine headaches when wine is mass produced. I could be reacting to a particular chemical, such as the chemical Roundup that's put into wines, or I don't think it's the isinglass, or the fish bladder that's used to filter out all of the sediment. I don't think I'm allergic to that, and I don't really think I'm allergic to sulfites because I eat dried fruits, I eat cheese and other dairy products, jerky. So sulfite is in that, and I don't get headaches from that. So it really has to be another type of ingredient. Could be the food coloring. If you see a wine that's like a deep purple and it's manipulated that way, because I hold this up, but if it's a deep purple but made to look like that year after year after year, I would be highly suspicious. I would be sus, like my teenage boy would say. I would be.